And tell us, is there a distinction between spirit and soul? And if so, can you explain that to us?
Definitely. So the Hebrew Bible speaks of three words for soul, kind of akin to Kemet, which speaks of also about three, and even some people say 4 words for soul in the Kemetic language. But certainly the Hebrew Bible employs 3 words. Because most of us don't read the Bible in its original language, most of us are completely unaware that the Hebrew Bible employs 3 different words for soul. So the first word it employs is nephesh. The second word it employs is more familiar with Hebrews, ruach. The third word it employs is neshama. These 3 words can be broken down with what's called the glassblower analogy. The glassblower analogy is used to demonstrate what the 3 levels of the soul in Hebraic thought are communicating to us. The way that glass used to be formed years ago was that it was blown, all of the materials were blown, forming a tube. As the material is blowing into the tube, the breath is connected to the one who is blowing. The vessel that's being formed is connected to the breath of the person blowing. That's the highest level.
Right.
The second level is the wind that's traveling through the glass that is shaping it and molding it and giving it its foundation. That's the second level. The third level is where it finally rests at the bottom of the vessel, and that's called nephesh. Nephesh in Hebrew means to rest or to cease. Ruach means wind, so it denotes that with dexterity, that which is able to travel. Neshama means breath. So watch this. What's the difference between neshama, that level of soul in Hebrew, and ruach? How do we know that neshama is higher than ruach? Think about it. Ruach denotes wind. Neshama denotes breath. The Bible says, and the Creator breathed into Adam and he became a living being. That's breath. So that Adam's life force is a extension of the divine life force via what we're terming breath. Think about this fact. An east wind can originate 5,000 miles from the point that you feel it. But you can feel it. You can feel an east wind whose source is 5,000 miles away. But in order to feel somebody's breath, how close do you have to be to them?
You have to be very close.
You got to be right up under them. With that being said, the only way to experience breath is to be deeply intimate and connected to someone. So neshama, which literally means breath in Hebrew, is considered the highest level of our soul because it is that level that is still connected to its divine source. Then ruach is the next level, which is the second closest, because it's an extension of the neshama, the breath. And then finally we have nephesh. That's the lowest level of your soul. If you are familiar now with what all 3 words mean and represent, now the Bible's words make sense. Because every time in the Bible where you read, the soul that sins, it shall die, or when it connects the word soul with sin, it's only talking about the Hebrew word nephesh, which is the lowest level of your soul. The part of your soul still connected to your animalistic nature, your lusts, your desires, that which makes you carnal, that which makes you more human than spiritual and divine. That's the only level where sin can even occur. If sin was to occur on a higher level, such as ruach and neshama, then we're talking about sin through error, because on this level of soul, you've almost conquered sin itself because you are so connected to your divine source. You are not in prison or a prisoner to your lusts, your carnal desires. You've elevated above that. So the different words for soul in the Hebrew language communicate to us our connection with our divine source.